A powerful tornado struck Malaysia. A destructive tornado struck Malaysia. Buildings were damaged and trees were knocked down. The tornado literally tore off parts of houses. There was thunder, lightning, and a hurricane. There are casualties. Torrential rains have led to flooding across the country. In Malaysia, 12 people have died as a result of flooding caused by heavy rains. According to the Bernama news agency, heavy rains that began on September 12th have led to flooding across the country. In the state of Sabah, 12 people died as a result of the floods, and another 12 are missing, possibly swept away by the floodwaters. According to officials, 2,468 people affected by the floods in Sabah were evacuated to safe areas. In Perak State, the number of evacuees reached 397. In addition, authorities reported that 146 people in Selangor State and 74 people in Negeri Sembilan State were evacuated to safe areas due to flooding. Heavy rains and flooding have claimed the lives of 12 people in Malaysia. Torrential rains in Malaysia have turned into tragedy. The Perak State authorities report that 397 people have been evacuated, while in the states of Selangor and Negeri Sembilan, 146 and 74 people, respectively, have been transported to safe areas. Officials continue to work to rescue victims and warn of possible further deterioration in weather conditions. Local emergency services are on high alert to minimize the impact of the disaster. The services continue to search for and eliminate the consequences of the natural disaster due to flooding. Approximately 1,700 people were evacuated from the disaster area. The victims were placed in 12 temporary aid stations. The Prime Minister of Malaysia called on Malaysians not to stand aside and to help each other in this difficult situation. Services continue to search for survivors and deal with the aftermath of the natural disaster. The authorities are monitoring the situation, as there is still a threat of new landslides in the region due to continuing rains. Authorities say the region has been hit by a wave of landslides following incessant rains on the state's west coast. In just 1 week, there have been at least 90 cases of landslides, flash floods, and road collapses. The Malaysian Meteorological Department issued a new storm warning on Tuesday, prompting residents to prepare for the worst. The federal government will allocate 10 million ringgit, $2.4 million in emergency aid to Sabah. According to climatologist Daryl Weber, extreme weather conditions will become more frequent in the future. Malaysia often experiences flooding due to its tropical monsoon climate, heavy rainfall, and extensive river system, which is prone to flash flooding. Tornadoes in Malaysia also occur due to the humid tropical climate and strong monsoon winds. Causes of frequent flooding, climate, and precipitation. Malaysia is located in a tropical zone with high temperatures and humidity. Insular Malaysia is located in the same tropical latitudes and is influenced by similar air currents. It is characterized by high temperatures and humidity, abundant rainfall, and the climatic year is formed in the northeast and southwest monsoons. There are 4 seasons in the climatic year. The northeast monsoon, from November or December to March. The first intermonsoon period, from March to April or May. The southwest monsoon, from May or June to September or early October. And the second intermonsoon period, from October to November. The beginning and end of both monsoons are not clearly defined. Although Malaysia has an equatorial climate, the narrowness and topographical configuration of each part, central, mountain cores with flat coastal plains on either side, allow maritime climatic influences to penetrate deep into the country. The monsoons further alter the climate. The northeast monsoon brings heavy rains and rough seas to the open coasts of southwestern Sarawak and northern and northeastern Sabah, and sometimes causes flooding. In the eastern part of the peninsula, the southwest monsoon mainly affects the southwestern coastal belt of Sabah, where flooding is common. Neither peninsular Malaysia nor peninsular Malaysia are located in the tropical cyclone, typhoon, belt, but their coasts are sometimes exposed to heavy rains associated with squalls. Natural disasters in Malaysia, past and future. Malaysia is an increasingly popular tourist destination. Every year, more and more people come here to relax on the wonderful beaches and admire the beautiful nature. They should find out in advance what natural disasters or catastrophes they may encounter. Natural disasters always come unexpectedly, but knowing about their potential possibility allows you to prepare for them. 1. Climatic features of Malaysia. 2. Earthquakes. 3. Tsunamis. 4. Storms and hurricanes. 5. Floods. 6. Landslides. 7. Forest fires. Climatic features of Malaysia. Malaysia is located in 2 climate zones, equatorial and partially subequatorial. The equatorial climate is characterized by constant temperatures and humidity throughout the year. This means that there are no significant differences between winter and summer in Malaysia. It is always hot and humid here. Most of the territory is covered by mountains covered with dense forests. Numerous small but fast-flowing rivers flow from the mountains. During heavy rains, these rivers often burst their banks. Seasonal northeast. Monsoons coming from the Pacific Ocean are particularly dangerous in terms of flooding. They bring large amounts of moisture and occur between November and March. The southwesterly monsoons, which dominate Malaysia in the summer, are drier and rarely lead to prolonged rainfall. However, there is still a risk of flooding during this period, especially on the Indian Ocean coast. Natural disasters in Malaysia, past and future. Malaysia is an increasingly popular tourist destination. Every year, more and more people come here to relax on beautiful beaches and admire the stunning natural surroundings. It is important for them to find out in advance what natural disasters or catastrophes they may encounter. Natural disasters always come unexpectedly, but knowing about their potential possibility allows one to prepare for them. 1. Climatic features of Malaysia. 2. Earthquakes. 3. Tsunamis. 4. Storms and hurricanes. 5. Floods. 6. Landslides. 7. Forest fires. Climatic features of Malaysia. Malaysia is located in 2 climatic zones, equatorial and partially subequatorial. The equatorial climate is characterized by constant temperatures and humidity throughout the year. This means that there are no significant differences between winter and summer in Malaysia. It is always hot and humid. Here, most of the territory is covered by mountains covered with dense forests. Numerous small but fast-flowing rivers flow from the mountains. During heavy rains, these rivers often burst their banks. The seasonal northeastern monsoons coming from the Pacific Ocean are particularly dangerous in terms of flooding. They bring a lot of moisture and occur between November and March. The southwesterly monsoons, which dominate Malaysia in the summer, are drier and rarely lead to prolonged rainfall. However, even at this time of year, there is a risk of flooding, especially on the Indian Ocean coast. Potentially dangerous factors that could cause natural disasters include seismic activity, relatively low, but earthquakes measuring up to 6 on the Richter scale have been recorded, extensive coastline. It may be subject not only to storms, but also, in rare cases, to tsunamis. Volcanism. There are no active volcanoes in the country, but the volcanoes of Indonesia are relatively close by and pose a serious threat. Seasonal. Hurricanes and storms. These lead to flooding, storms, surges, and destruction during the summer monsoon season. Heavy rainfall. This can last for several weeks and lead to sudden changes in river levels and flash floods. Mountainous terrain. During the rainy season, there is a high probability of landslides and rockfalls. The importance of studying the history of natural disasters. The history of natural disasters is important information that you should study before traveling to your chosen country. By knowing about the potential dangers that may lie ahead, you can not only choose the right place, but also the time of year when the risk of being caught in the epicenter of a natural disaster is minimal. For example, knowing that the maximum amount of rainfall in most areas of Malaysia occurs in December, January, and that severe storms are most likely to occur at this time. You can choose a different time to travel to the country. In this article, you will learn about the chronology of natural disasters that have occurred in Malaysia in the past, the importance of studying the history of natural disasters,